Hey guys, it's Piper being flawless as always. So in my last video, I told you guys I was planning a trip to go to Vegas, and so today, here I am to tell you all about all the crazy shit that went down. But first, can we just talk about how it was a motherfucking ordeal for me to get a glue stick to glue down these brows for this video, because all the back to school shoppers are clearing out every fucking Walmart, Target, Walgreens, everywhere that I normally get glue sticks. I had to go to an Office Max, okay, to get a glue stick. Granted, they were on sale, and people probably didn't know that, you know, Office Max has sales, but still, okay, it's the principle of it all. But, I mean, I did get a glue stick. Okay, but anyways, back to the Vegas trip. So I went to Vegas with my BFFs, my roommate Kate, and my sisters, Holly and Angela, and we were all going to see Iggy Azalea live in concert, because let's face it, that bitch is the fucking ticket. Okay, and so it all managed to work out that we could all go, and soon enough we were on the road. So we get to Vegas, and we went to go to our hotel. Hotel wasn't ready yet, so we're like, you know what? Let's just get this motherfucking party started. Okay, and so where do we go? Obviously, the liquor store. So we go to this random liquor store. I think it was called Strip Liquor or something like that. And then obviously we went to go pick out all of our individual selections. But eventually we ended up just getting 2 huge bottles of vodka that were on sale because we didn't really care. We just needed to get the job done at that point. And then obviously a couple shooters too, just, you know, for the road. Well, not for the road, well, you'll see. Obviously, since I was feeling rebellious, I mean, we were in Vegas. I did one of the shooters in the car on the way back to the hotel. I wasn't driving, but I mean, time was ticking down and I wasn't trying to waste any of it.
Like it's water, man.
So we have the liquor and now we're going back to the hotel, which still wasn't quite ready, but still. We're here and we're ready to party. So we go and wait at this little like park area outside of where our hotel was located. So of course my girl Angela is probably the craziest of all of us. Sorry girl. And at one point she sits down on a bench and Holly takes a bottle of vodka and is literally dumping it down her throat. And right as that happens, this mother and her little daughter walk by and it was like, well, you know. So we get back to the hotel, which was this cute little like 2-story, 2-bedroom suite. And by this time we have about 5 hours until the concert, so you know, it's time to get the party really started, so we all start drinking a little bit. After we've had a couple drinks, we decide that we should probably all do what any normal person would do upon arriving to Vegas, and we search for the nearest buffet. So we end up going to this Chinese buffet, which was a little bit overpriced because it was like $15, but I mean, it was a weekend, so whatever, I didn't really care because I had money to spend. And we tore it up. Although the girl that was seating us had a bit of an attitude, which I wasn't here for. But I digress. So anyways, we finished up at the buffet. I needed an outfit to wear that night, so we went to the nearest Buffalo Exchange. I didn't find anything, and then we ended up going to the mall. And bitch, can I just say that we saw the fucking biggest Forever 21 I've ever seen in my life, because I will admit, I do like to shop there. Was it 3 levels? Maybe it was just 2, but it felt like 3 because there was just so much going on in there. I was so overwhelmed, I can't even. So by the time we get back to the hotel, we have a couple hours until the concert. So we toss back some drinks and then it's time for us to go and our cab is here waiting for us. And none of us are really quite on the level that we need to be yet. So of course we did what any person would do and take a bottle of vodka and stuff it in one of our bags and head on out to the cab. So we get to the cab and our cab driver was this sweet older man and we're all just sitting there like, well, we still want to drink and I mean, the concert's in about an hour, so we kindly asked the driver, is it okay if we drink in here? And the driver turns back to us and he's like, sure. And all of us are fucking just celebrating at this point. Of course our first cab driver would let us drink in his car. I mean, maybe they all do. I don't really know exactly all the technicalities in Vegas. But either way, we all just start passing around this bottle and chugging it. And by the time that we get to the concert venue, there's a little bit left. So the concert was at the Cosmopolitan, and by the time that we get there, it is fucking poppin', okay? So we're going up the stairs to make it out to the pool area where the concert is. And the entrance is right there, and we're like, well, we still have to finish this vodka, and we can't take it in, so let's finish it. So there we are, standing in the middle of the walkway as everyone can pass us and clearly see us chugging this bottle with no shame. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Because that bottle served us well for the rest of the night. So we get to the pool area where the concert is, and it is fucking packed, bitch. Like, people are pressed up against one another. It is hot, it is muggy, but you know what? I'm still here for it because I'm ready to party. So we're waiting in line to get drinks, even though I knew they were gonna be overpriced. They were like $15 for like a small drink, but I mean, whatever. I look in my wallet to find my ID and I don't have my ID. Like, my ID was not there. Like, my ID was nowhere to be found. And here I am in Las Vegas, the one place I should have my ID. And it's fucking, I almost started to panic. But by this time, that bottle that we chugged is really starting to set in. I'm pretty much ready for the concert, so I figured, okay, I will let it go, and then we will solve this problem after the concert before we turn the party. So the concert was amazing, despite the fact that Iggy was like an hour late. Still love you, girl. It was such a fun show, and I mean, I was pretty much set for that concert, if you know what I mean, like, feeling good the whole time. I did get sort of molested by this girl because I was dancing and I wasn't really caring about anything, and then all of a sudden her hand like reaches back and touches where it shouldn't go, if you know what I'm saying. And then I look up at Angela, who's tall as fuck next to me, looking down, judging me, and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't sign up for all this, but I still had fun, and Iggy was so amazing. She did Fancy twice at the end, and everybody was living for it. And then the concert ended. It wasn't really that long, to be honest, and then it was time to go and find my ID. So we have to leave the venue, and I'm fucking skipping through the hotel like I don't have a care in the world, leaving my friends behind, and we're heading out to where we have to wait for a cab, and bitch, it was probably the longest line I've ever seen. You would have thought that it was everybody waiting for fucking Indiana Jones at Disneyland or something. This is how long this line was, okay, just to get a cab. So we waited in this line for probably like close to an hour to get a cab, which was annoying. But we finally get into a cab and it takes us back to our hotel so that we can hopefully find my ID there. So we asked our cab driver to wait just like 2 minutes because Angela and her all-seeing eye think she knows where my ID is, and she was right, it was somehow under the bed. And we get my ID, go back, the cab guy waited for us, thank God. And then we head on out to party. So our club of choice was Piranha, and by this time my ass is hungry as hell. So as we're pulling up, there's this truck pulling up, and there's whole families hopping out of it, and it was, you know, a fucking taco truck. And so I walk up to them and I'm like, are you guys open? And they're like, oh, we just need to turn on the lights. And so they turn on the lights, and there I am waiting patiently for this taco stand to be open and ready for me. Prior to this trip, I haven't really been eating hot Cheetos because I was trying to cut them out of my diet a little bit, but I mean, given my state of mind and being the fact that I was on vacation, I decided to treat myself to one of the small bags of hot Cheetos that they offered at that stand. So I buy the Cheetos and I'm chomping away, waiting. My friends got food too, and I'm sitting there still waiting, chomping away. And I'm like, looking at the girl, like waiting, and she asked one of my friends if I was waiting for something, and I'm like, yes, I'm waiting for something. I ordered a burrito. And she's looking at me and she's like, you didn't order anything. And I'm like, I ordered a burrito. The truth was I hadn't ordered a burrito, but I mean, I thought that I had, I don't know. And so I just look at her and I'm like, okay, well then can I order a burrito? And I did, and it was probably one of the best burritos I've ever had in my life. Then we were ready to party, so then we head into Piranha. As we're walking up to Piranha, who is standing there but India Farah from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 3, and me thinking that I know her and being turned up as I am, skip over to her and I'm like, hi India, how are you, girl? Like, acting like we're best motherfucking friends. And she's like, oh, hey girl, how are you? Gives me a hug, says hello to everybody that I was with. And she was actually really nice, surprisingly. I was surprised. And anyway, so then we go into the club. And it was like this really dark, like dingy almost kind of club. But it was fucking popping in there. And there was like the bar area, and then there was like a whole dance area in the back. And it was really cool. Like, I mean, the drinks there were also very expensive, but it was still fun. Like, we had a blast. And so I have like 2 drinks there, and then I go to close out my tab, and the guy's like, well, there's like a $30 minimum. And I'm like, okay, well, can I get 1 more drink? And they're like, well, that's still not enough. And I'm like, fine, then I'll get 2 more drinks. So there I was in Vegas, double fisting it as I should have been all along. And that's pretty much the last thing that I remember. So I wake up the next morning, hungover as fuck. It took me about a solid 2 hours after I woke up to recoup. And I usually bounce back pretty fast, so I was surprised, but I mean, it was a pretty fun night. Anyways, our day was chill. We hung out, shopped, went to eat. Pretty much just kind of relaxed and enjoyed our day before we had to head back. So we drove back, made it home safe from Vegas, and I worked at 4 a.m. the next day, so, you know, right back into reality. So I got quite a few questions on my last video for my Q&A video that's coming up. So if you still have any questions that you would like to ask, feel free to leave them in this video, or you can always tweet them at me or whatever you desire. And that video will be coming out very soon, but I wanted to tell you guys about my Vegas trip first and get some more questions from you guys. So until my next video, you guys can always follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Both are @PiperMache. I love getting tweets from you guys. And we can still be BFFs until my next video comes up, okay? So in the meantime, stay flawless as always, no regrets, just love, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Okay? Bye.